If you want to say that place, there, you would say tam. Okay, tam, there. Or if you are going there, you would say tuda. If you are, for example, going home, you say домой if you are going home, and you are дома if you are at home. These are also adverbs. Of course, you use them for verbs of motion. You are going home, movement towards, and дома means being at home. Он читает дома. Он будет читать дома весь день. He will be reading all day at home. Okay? Of course, if you want to follow time, manner, place, then you can say он будет читать весь день дома, and that sounds a little bit better because it's more stylistic. There's no concrete rule for time, manner, place, but I think that it is a better way to phrase a sentence almost in any language of the European class that you can think of. Okay, and we can thank really the Germans for this, even if we didn't have anything else to thank them for, and probably we do, but I can't think of anything right now. If you want to say often, yes, you could say часто. If you want to say sometimes, you'll say иногда. We had this before. If you want to say rarely, you'll say редко. If you say never, okay, never at all, you would say никогда, but you'll also follow it up with не, because you always have a double negative in Russian. Никогда не, okay? Pierre Bezukhov is told by Andrei Balkonsky in War and Peace, никогда не женись, мой друг, вот тебе мой совет. He says, never get married, my friend. This is my advice to you. Okay? This is a very memorable line from Tolstoy. And once again is опять, again. This is another, if you like, of time, because it means another time. Of course, you can say еще раз, and that becomes like an adverbial phrase in itself, or опять. You can also say снова, a little bit more poetic, mean again. Okay? We did all of the time ones, except you could say something like каждый день, every day, сегодня, завтра, today, tomorrow, вчера, yesterday, в этом году, in this year, в следующем году, next year. So, I gave you a lot of time phrases. Now let us look at manner. Something could be interesting or boring. So интересно or нудно. I'm going to try to do like opposites in this. Аккуратно, неаккуратно. In Russian, if you say аккуратно, means carefully, do something carefully. You can also say осторожно, but that means more carefully in the case of taking care you don't get killed, for example. Like don't become a banking auditor, because you might get killed. If only somebody had mentioned this to Kozlov, he might be alive today, but then the banking system would be even worse than it is. I have to be careful what I say sometimes, but nevertheless I will say it. No, only joking, it didn't really shoot me yet. Быстро means quickly, and медленно means slowly. So, you got both of those. And хорошо, you know, means well. Плохо means badly, so you had those before. But if you say there's no way, like I gave you before, никогда не, here you say никак не. Yes? So these are all the different ways in which you could answer the question как, which means how, in what manner. Yeah? And so if you want to say in no way will I do this, я никак не буду делать. In no way I'm going to do this. Okay? And again, you have the double negative. If you want to do it anyway, yes, remember we said we had last lesson все-таки. Anyway, yes? Все-таки, let's continue. So these are the answers to как, and the time ones, of course, as the answers to когда. We had the question words back in the 101 course. Quantity, how much, was always сколько. Сколько is the question, how much. And you could say очень means very much, очень. And you can add this to any other of the adjectives, of course, as an intensifier, or adverbs as well as an intensifier. If you want to say very careful, you could say очень осторожно. Довольно means quite, so довольно осторожно means quite carefully. Много is a lot, and мало means not much. Высоко is high, and низко means low. And if you want to say not at all, you could say нисколько не. Я ничего не буду читать. I'm not going to read anything. Ничего не. Again is the answer in the negative, and again it's a double negative. Я ничего не буду читать. I'm not going to read anything. So, now place, going through the list of place adverbs that I got for you. We already did везде, здесь, там, туда, дома. And that leave me with maybe nowhere. If you want to say nowhere, you would say нигде. Я нигде не буду читать. I'm not going to read anywhere. Okay? Я нигде не буду спрашивать о дороге. Something, switch on. Very strange. This is really unusual. In my pocket, my MP3 player switched itself on. I could hear these little sounds coming in the background, and I didn't know why that was. But it's a bit funny because it switched itself on. Isn't that silly? Anyway, never mind. It was the Knights of the Round Table by Monty Python. And if you could hear a little of it. Anyway, these are the words which I had for you today. And in a minute I'll be back with the joke and the song. Now the joke. Two friends are speaking about the questions of marriage. And one, Volodya, said to the other, Vanya, he said to him, Vanya, I did not sleep with my wife until we were married. Did you? And he says, I am not sure. What was her maiden name? It's the way I'm telling them. Okay, that was a bit short. It was a long lesson. I give you after what Volodya say back. He say, Vanya, answer me this. When you marry your wife, did you do it out of love or for money? And he said, well, you know, of course I did it out of love. Who do you think I am? I did it completely, 100% out of love for money. It's the way I'm telling them again. Okay. Here's the song I promised you earlier on. Если у вас нету тети is by Lvovsky. It is from a film, I'm not sure which film right now, but it comes from a Russian film. And the words are, если у вас нету дома, пожары ему не страшны. If you don't have a house, it doesn't have to fear the fire. Жена не уйдет к другому, если у вас нет жены. Your wife will not go off with another man if you don't have a wife. Оркестр гремит басами, the bass notes in the orchestra are booming. Трубач выдувает медь, the trumpeter is blowing out on his brass instrument. Думайте сами, решайте сами, think yourselves, decide for yourselves. Иметь или не иметь, to have or not to have. Если у вас нет собаки, ее не отправит сосед. И с другом не будет драки, если у вас друга нет. So it says, if you have not got a dog, your neighbor will not take it away in his car and leave it dumped on the other side of the river. And if you don't have a friend, you will not be able to quarrel with your friend. And then the chorus again, and then it says, если у вас нету тети, ее вам не потерять. Если вы не живете, то вам и не умирать. So, a couple of 1A conjugation verbs in there, as you notice. If you don't have an auntie, you can't lose your auntie. Yes, she won't die on you. And if you don't live yourself, then you don't have to worry about even dying for yourself. So, do you want to have it or not to have it? That's the moral of the story. Если у вас нету дома, пожары ему не страшны, и жена не уйдет к другому. Если у вас нет жены, нету жены. Оркестр гремит басами, трубач выдувает медь. Думайте сами, решайте сами, иметь или не иметь, иметь или не иметь. Если у вас нет собаки, ее не отправит сосед, и с другом не будет драки. Если у вас друга нет, Оркестр гремит басами, трубач выдувает медь. Думайте сами, решайте сами, иметь или не иметь, иметь или не иметь. Если у вас нету тети, ее вам не потерять. И если вы не живете, то вам и не умирать, не умирать. Оркестр гремит басами, трубач выдувает медь. Думайте сами, решайте сами, иметь или не иметь, иметь или не иметь. Thank you very much. Good night.